everyone, it's me, author Alexandria Infante, coming to you with a new review. So, today's author is just a second. So, we had originally scheduled to read a specific book, but then we've decided to push that book back, and Erica is actually going to read it. It wasn't my cuppa, so we're going to postpone that to a later date. So tonight's author is King Ellie, and the book is called Marriage Ever After. This is the cover right here, and it's called Marriage Ever After, and you can find this at Amazon.com. The author is, here you go, that's a better picture. The author is King Ellie. Ellie King Ellie. It's actually that way, so I'm assuming her first name is King. But anyway, so the book is called Marriage Ever After. Now, this book, basically, I have to have my notes. Okay, so the book is called Marriage Ever After, hashtag Meet the Emersons. Okay, so Cash and Mila, and it's spelled Cash with a Kash, that way. They're a married couple. I believe she's a marketing exec, because there was one point mentioned right when in the beginning of the book, and I was doing something at the time, so sorry. But I believe she said she's a marketing exec, and then he's a criminal defense attorney, and then they have a little girl, her name is Jordan. So they're pretty much like the happy couple, interracial couple. Mom has a good job, dad has a good job, and they're just living their lives. The book opens up with him pretty much telling you how much he loves his wife, because there's a prologue, and how she was his best friend, she was his life, and it's showing you flashbacks of their marriage, or when they're getting married, and he's like, I'm marrying my best friend. And so you get the whole sense of them as a couple, and I was just like, oh, you get the whole sense of them as a couple, and then you turn the page and it's like she's left him, and you're like, wait, what? And so she actually left him because a little bit about so she is she came from an abusive household. Not her mother and not her father. Her actual real father decided to leave, he didn't want them, or whatever. And so she grew up in the house with a stepfather. And the stepfather wasn't abusive physically at first, but he was verbally abusive. So basically the mom kills him, and it's portrayed that the mom kills him, and then the mom goes to jail, and unfortunately she gets a raw deal, a bad deal, and so she winds up getting sentenced more time than she should have gotten time. Well, this right here. But and so basically this is how she met him. There isn't a lot of backstory. I don't know if there's a book before this, because if there is, I would really love to read that one. Basically how they met, and the backstory about the mom and all of that part, because he is a criminal defense attorney. So I would love to read that back part right there. And if not, I would say, well, I'll do that then. And so basically, her and Cash get married, and they have this whirlwind, romance. Everything is beautiful. And then it's like, so when you turn the page, you're like, wait, what? She left him. And then basically, it's the anniversary of, it's her birthday, but not only is it her birthday, it's the anniversary of her mom's death. Well, she died in jail. And so basically the friends throw her like this big huge surprise party, and he never shows up. And so he's with like a business partner or like another attorney, and they were having drinks, and then basically he forgot, which was like really like trashy, dirty, whatever. And so she's like, I'm done, because it's always something. And so she leaves him. And so he's like, nope, this is not happening. It's like, I'm getting that woman. So basically, so he like, no, you need to come home, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, no, I'm done. I'm tired. I told you that, basically you always do this. And so, her daughter, little traitor that she is, she's just like, I want daddy. And she's like, no, we really can't, she's pretty much like, we really can't go home to daddy right now. And then so she's like, well, can I speak to daddy? And so she allows her to, to talk to him. And like, he's like, here, you need to FaceTime her. And so this is what she says to her husband. And he's like, oh, I broke my phone. I can't. And so she gives the phone to her daughter. And then she starts bawling on the phone like, yeah, daddy. So of course, she's just like, she's in the bathroom. She's like, I would be like, you little traitor. And so she's like, come and get us. And so he's like, I'm gonna, he goes and he gets her. And then they go home. And of course, being a married couple, sometimes the male spouse especially, really thinks that like sex is the cure all. And so she's like, no. So, they wind up having sex, and she's like, no, that didn't fix anything. I still feel the way that I feel. And so basically he falls asleep. She bails. She packs a bag and she leaves. And so now basically he wants to get his wife back because he realizes that he screwed up. And so they had this conversation where he was saying that he wanted more children. And then she laughed. She was like, basically, no, like, ha ha ha, But it wasn't so much that she was laughing at him per se and the absurdity of having another child because they're young and they only have one kid. It was that she didn't know, like, physically, mentally, if she was stable enough or she wanted to actually have another child. And so it came out wrong. So it, like, hurt him, pissed him off. And so then she finds out, like, the book goes on and they're still in this like really tumultuous relationship, and she's like, just give me the weekend, and I'll deal with whatever I need to deal with. So she stays the weekend, and then she comes back, and she's still feeling the same way. So she goes to the doctor, and then boom, she finds out that she's pregnant. And so so basically she doesn't know if she wants it. And so I'm going to stop there because I don't want to give it all away. You guys really need to read this book. But what she does is she finds out that she has postpartum depression. So all of because like she just goes off in this one scene because she forgot her daughter at school. And so Cash comes in, he's pissed off. Of course, he would be pissed off. And he's like, you left her. What is wrong with you? Blah, 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 blah. And so she just goes off and she starts screaming at him. And then that's when he realizes, okay, something is actually wrong here. It's not just about me now getting my wife back. There's something wrong here. And so when she goes, to basically she goes to the doctor and she finds out that she's pregnant, and that's what sort of like triggered this crazy whatever. And so I don't want to spoil any more for you because that's the magnetics of the book. And so if I tell more, then I'm going to spoil it for you because I really want you to read this book. Cash has his own set of issues because he has abandonment issues because of what his mother did to him and the fact that his father is just basically a douchebag. And then she has her own issues because you find out what really happened with the stepdad in the book, further on in the book. And so if I could say anything about this book, it's pretty much about mental awareness, acuity, and how, every day we just allow things to pile up on us until we break. And so the thing that I really loved about this book was how the author did incorporate, mental health in here. And when people say mental health, they automatically see like this stigma and, oh my God, this person's crazy. No, that has actually, I will just put it out there. My brother has schizophrenia. So we dealt with a lot of things, concerning him and helping him onto a healthy and, productive lifestyle, because he would do some stuff that was out there. But he wasn't in control of that. And then, earlier years, with like maybe 10, 15 years ago, mental health wasn't seen in a good in as good a light it is today. Back then, crazy, or you having some sort of mental breakdown or depression or some, that was a really terribly bad stigma. And so a lot of people didn't want to come forth to get help for that. So I think it's wonderful that the author tackles this in the book, because, just stress life every day. If you have someone that you can talk to who doesn't judge you, who sits there and it's their job to listen. I've actually done it, and I'm like at the happiest point in my life, because of, I had issues, just dealing with life as itself. And it's beautiful to just sit there and just throw it all out of you. It basically releases the toxicity in you, the negativity, all of that. So I really, really, really loved how the author tackled this and put this in there. So if anything, I give her like serious kudos for that. So as far as the book is concerned, I would give this book seriously a 4 stars, because it read well. I like the dynamics between the characters, this love affair that they had, even with all of this stuff. And he was basically the man to stand by his woman. And it was like, through all of the chaos and, just all this stuff being piled on them, he stayed there. He was like, no, I'm not going anywhere. This is the love of my life. I will stay here. I will be in it with her. And so I really like that about the book. And so like I said, if I had to star it, I would star it a complete 4 stars, because it's that good. And the parameters of it, I want you guys to go out and get this book, because it is a really good read. If I did see one, I think 2 typos, that was pretty much it, but they weren't into where they would ruin the story for you. This story is amazing. It's really good. So it had nothing to do, it didn't affect the flow of the story at all. So 4 stars, because you did well, girl. You guys need to go out and get this book. It is a really good read, even though it's a serious subject and it's woven into the characters and their lives. It's still, there needs to be more awareness of it. And I like the fact that she did that. She wove it into the story and it worked well. And her characters came out well rounded. And I was happy for them to get their happy ever after. And then she puts a snippet of the next book. Now I was a little bit confused about that. Because I was listening to it. I didn't read it. I listened to it, which was awesome too. But I was confused. Is he his brother or his brother or his uncle? So hit me up down there and let me know which one is he? Because I could have sworn I heard him say his brother, but then I heard uncle too. So I was a little bit confused about that. But then that's probably because I was listening to it. So anyway, but this book is awesome. It's so good. You guys really need to go out and get it and basically, read it and love it like I did. And she gets a solid 4 stars. Thanks for that read. So now tomorrow, I love y'all. Tomorrow we will, oops. Tomorrow we will be reading, just a second. Tomorrow we will be reading, darn it, where is it? Voila. 1 second. Y'all know I'm old. Ooh, my hair is like every time I try to flat iron it lately. I need to get some better conditioner. So you guys have to excuse my toe upness. How you like my shirt? It says if Monday was a face, I'd punch it because today is Monday. Okay, so tomorrow's read is The Magic Awakens, the sixth of Salem series by Kristen Babst. I think that's how she pronounces her name. I'm not sure. Check me, girl, if I'm wrong. Kristen Babs, and it's called The Magic Awakens. I've already started reading this book, and I'm loving it already. So, this is the cover. This is who we will be reading, and that is tomorrow. So remember, we have 3 days of IR and MC romance. So if you are an MC and an IR author and you would like us to feature you on the channel and feature your book, please get those submissions in. Remember, you can send it to multiculturalatina@gmail.com, and you can put it attention Ellie, Erica, or Jen, and basically send in those submissions. So once again, this book was called Marriage Ever After, and it's by King Ellie. And here's the cover one more time. I really want you guys to go out and get this book because it is so good. I really loved it, and I just love the dynamics between Mila and Cash. And oh, also this book is it is rated XXX. Basically, this is an 18 and over book. So if you are not 18, kick rocks. You know you shouldn't be reading this. It is that good. The scenes were like amazing, crazy. I was reading it was another one of those books that I was reading that I shouldn't have been because my little sous chef was like, what you reading? I was like, shoot, get out of here. So anyway, so there are some really steamy, spicy scenes in here too. So this is not for kiddies. This is for 18 and over. 18 is a little pushing it because she was a bad girl. And once again, I'll show it to you guys one more time. I want you to really go out and get this book, because not just for the steaminess, but because of what she deals with in this book too. You know, we have more and more every day. People need an outlet, you know, and so I commend her for taking on this subject. So once again, you guys pop out there and get this book. It's by author King Ellie, and it's called Marriage Ever After. Make sure you go out and get it. So, I will see you guys tomorrow with author Kristen Babs, The Magic Awakens. Love ya, and hope you continue to subscribe to this channel. And if you are new and you've never been here before and you like our reviews, click that subscribe button down there and then click that little bell so every time we upload a video, you will get it first. Thanks bunches. We love you, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.